don't know if it comes out of writing, that I had to create this man from scratch. And suddenly I thought, he already exists, he's already out there, I just have to run into him. I didn't know I had already known him for 4 years. That was a surprise. Hi, I'm Nicola Krauss, and this is the story of how I met my fiance, David Weir. I wrote a book with my best friend slash professional wife slash maid of honor slash surrogate mother, Emma McLaughlin, and it was published in 2002.
She actually was like, haven't you read the Nanny Diaries? Or she didn't say, haven't you read it? But she asked about it, maybe just assuming that I'd read it. And I said, no, I'm just waiting for the movie to come out. And she kicked me in the shin. One of the things that attracted me to Nikki very early on was her desire to know about herself, her path of self-discovery. I would sit cross-legged on the floor every morning, and I would imagine I used as a focal point the Nanny Diaries premiere in the future, and I imagined getting out of the car with someone holding my hand, the feel of his hand, and he grabbing my arm and there to support me, and then he was sitting cross-legged every morning doing the same thing about me. So we were like meditating on each other. But we didn't know it. We started dating on February 17th of 2007. I just moved into a new apartment and was getting that all set up, and Nikki helped me come and set part of that up.
It was, again, bitterly cold. I am wearing hiking boots, corduroy pants, a Snoopy t-shirt with writer Snoopy on it, and then a big sweater, and then I have my down coat that goes from my ankles to my chin, and then my scarf, and then it's big fur hat. So I'm standing there by the elevator looking like the Michelin Man, and he comes up to me, throws a scarf over my neck, pulls me in and kisses me. And that was it. And it just goes to show all the years in the Halloween costumes and the outfits and the nakedness and the fishnets and and there I am with just this much of me visible. By the time he kissed me, I felt like he really knew me. Not in the way that you do once you move in with somebody, but still, it felt like it wasn't an idealized me, and I think that that's something that I encountered a lot when I was dating because of the Nanny Diaries, that men had this, they wanted to date Nan. They wanted to date this sort of idealized, hot mother figure.
The third book, Dedication, and this is the one that I've kind of gone through with Nikki, the publishing of the book.
Emma wanted to dedicate it to her husband, Joel. And I was like, I don't have a husband. And then I got off the phone, I called her back 20 minutes later. I'm like, yes, I do. I just haven't met him yet. So the first, the galley of dedication was dedicated to Joel and NH, for Nikki's husband, as sort of a placeholder for him. And David and I got together maybe a week later. And so when it came time to do the final version, it says to David and Joel, with deep love and gratitude.
It blew me away. I started crying immediately.
So it was sort of an if you build it, he will come. So I was creating a space for him, and then he came in and filled the space.
I had not planned on proposing to Nikki when I proposed to her. I didn't have a ring. I didn't have a big thought-out plan.
We quickly started talking about our real estate plans. We were starting to look for an apartment together. And I said, oh, it's going to be so exciting once it's all official. He said, well, it is official. I said, no, it isn't.
And it just came out. I was like, so marry me. And we should get married. And I kept saying it in that tone, or in that phrasing, marry me, and she at one point she stopped. She was really giddy, and she said,
those are all declarative statements, and I was looking for a question.
I was like, phrasing a formal question, what is she talking about? Oh, will you marry me?
I was like, yes. I'm like, okay, you've got to go, I've got to go. So we left up, David went and had dinner with his friends, I went and had dinner with my sister. It was retarded. There was no champagne, there was no ring, there was no nothing. Someday, somewhere, maybe in the pyramids of Egypt, the Great Wall of China, David's going to do a do-over.